Hello again, fateful listeners. You're on the Bronson Effect here on J67 Radio. I'll be the creamy honeysuckle voice of daytime radio, tethering gently across your eardrum G-spots as always today, Kenedy Bronson. And today we're talking with neuropsychologist Dr. Hyman Winebery.
Right, so good to be here, Ken.
A behavioral specialist from the University of Robbinsdale, with 3 social science degrees and a sweater the color of sizzling buffalo snot moldering on a dry Montana turnpike. Please welcome Dr. Hyman Winebery.
Yes, it's good to sit with you, Kenedy. I remember listening to you in college. You have the voice of a therapist, but the eyes of a frothing raccoon cornered against a Pepsi machine. Your intriguing case, Mr. Bronson. A remarkable balance of God complex and personal demons. Like heaven painted a picture of hell.
Well, that's quite the compliment, Dr. Winebery. I've also been told I look like Brad Pitt with cancer. But if I could just cut through the smokescreen here for a second, I feel obliged to tell you that I don't believe in any of this. I think your science is piss water, you smell like a dentist office, and that sweater is really driving an ice cream scoop to my brain right now.
Oh, it's a Rorschach. It's nothing in particular. It's just designed to trigger memories that might help us determine someone's true intellectual character. Now, you mentioned buffalo snot?
I'm not getting on this carousel with you, Winebery. I might not have a shiny stethoscope jiggling across my tits, but I wake up and snort what I need to snort so I could drive where I need to drive in order to do what I need to do. F*** your vest, f*** psychoanalysis, and f*** buffalo.
Oh, it seems I've uncovered something very personal. An incident. Tell me about the buffalo.
Well, this is a fabulous waste of Percocet. Okay, Dr. Crunchberry, you want to know about buffalo? They're slow and beefy and they standing next to each other. Let's take a sponsor. You're listening to J67 Radio. I'm Chip Finkel, and today's edition of the Bronson Effect is brought to you by Pumpkin Spice Toothpaste. Do you love to drown yourself in that rich pumpkin flavor every time fall rolls around? This year it's not just for candles and cornucopias. With Perkins' new Pumpkin Spice Toothpaste, you can literally scrub it into your bones. Now let's get back to the Bronson Effect and see how Kenedy and the doctor are getting along. My parents were hippies, so I ate a mushroom brownie when I was 3 and watched my mom turn into a centipede while she was changing me.
And so that's your earliest memory?
I might remember being a sperm, but I might have just been trying to squeeze my way into a bouncy house.
And your sister force-fed you grasshoppers? And your father was a black market bong sculptor who dropped you while stirring molten glass? Oh, there's definitely a strong betrayal of trust somewhere far back in your subconscious, where someone you always felt safe with abandoned you. But for the life of me, Kenedy, I can't imagine who. Your father was a speed freak who dipped you in molten glass, and you in a coffee can until you were 7 because your mom might be an anthropod. And your sister fed you grasshoppers. I mean, you tasted thorax before you tasted ice cream. Who the hell could you trust in that situation? Did you have any pets?
I had a duck named Duct Tape I used to sleep with in my room out back, but I burned him for warmth. I mean, it was a hippie commune, so there were all kinds of farm animals hanging around. I tasted ferret before ice cream, too.
What about outside the farm? Did you make any friends outside the commune? Someone or something that could have gained your trust with its azure eyes and poofy fur? Somewhere out in the open plains, far beyond the compound walls?
Buffalo don't have fur. Fur is for fucking sewer rats. It's wool. Soft, pillowy wool that sachets down their taut, majestic chests in the tapering April dew.
Well, that's quite a vivid picture, Ken. You seem to know a lot about these furry creatures. Woolly creatures, excuse me. But why don't you tell me what the buffalo did to that spongy little boy out in the Nebraska wilderness?
I never met one in my life, man. Who the hell's gonna repress a frickin' herbivore? And I wouldn't get close to one anyway, with all those prickly little tit whiskers. That's the part they don't show you on the hot sauce bottles. It's like a soggy wire brush all up against you when you're just trying to spoon with the herd to stay warm, I would imagine.
Let me in, Ken. You were deeply scarred by one of these pillowy-chested freaks, and I'm here to help. You are a teetering snow globe of personal demons and Adderall dust right on the ledge, Ken. Why don't we take it back a little bit? Take a moment's pause and just see what comes to mind.
It was late August, just a few minutes before dawn. I was scampering through the meadowlands with a milk crate full of mushroom gizzards on my way to see Rosie. A smoky-eyed buffalo with flowery cashmere locks snaking between her soft, supple bison hooters. I met her when I was 6 during the first early snow, when I learned to curl naked beneath her sloping tit plumage to survive the snowdrifts. And she was like a mother to me, Hyman. You know, she gave me the first shampoo I ever had. My real mom turned into a cephalopod, but Rosie was just one big breathing loofah sponge with enough drool for everyone. Anyway, I woke up to her chewing the Jolly Ranchers out of my hair, and it was the most generous thing anyone ever did for me.
Then what happened, Ken?
The field was empty, but the brisk scent of buffalo splooge still peppered in the early morning gales. I could see a hazy brown blob in the distance moving towards the freeway, so I ran to catch up with it. It was Old Man Egbert's land, of course. That dingy old pumpkin sold my mama Rosie to the circus. He must have wrangled him up and sold him every year. My God, the circus rolled through town a few days later and I ate deep-fried buffalo uterus on a stick like I did every year, and I just never pieced it together. I followed the brown blob down the turnpike until I couldn't see it. And then I trekked down the side of the road with a fistful of mushrooms until I passed out next to a fertilizer. Saddened. Wiser. Sprinkled with the pre-cum of 1,000 crusty mudflaps, and following the trail of hot bison snot down the endless Montana horizon.
And there it is, the sizzling buffalo snot. Oh, and it all comes to a perfect circle. Back to the egg, as they say, ladies and gentlemen. Ah. I see. All right, then. This has been the Bronson Effect. Thank you so much for listening. Mr. Bronson, I think, has made remarkable progress, but judging by the dissidence in his eyes and the sandwich baggie full of Xanax he pulled out from under the floorboards before he left, I think he might be taking a few days off. Oh, yes, okay. Stay tuned for Gunther's Guide to Anal Bleaching here on J67.